You're listening to the Mad Positivity Pos'Cast,
helping you find your freedom.
Broadcasting live from London.
Hey, it's the Mad Positivity Podcast, episode 10. We want to touch back in on a subject because we're getting quite a few emails about creating and selling digital products online, obviously, and how to create and sell digital products online, the why, the what, the how, and the who. We're going to jump in on this because this one's going to be a series. We're probably going to do 4 or 5. This one's for the podcast, and I'll put this on YouTube like I normally do, but also the next one's going to be, we're going to have a video series, obviously, for this because now the studio's set up. So if we jump into this now, this is creating and selling digital products. So before you can do anything, any sort of digital product whatsoever, whether it be anything from podcasting to selling courses on podcasting, affiliate marketing, building businesses, obviously helping people, teaching them, any sort of digital content, drop shipping, anything else, if you're going to try and influence or do any sort of digital product, first and foremost, you got to know what you're talking about. That's all. So you have to have a proven track record of working with clients and most of all, getting results. That's the big one. Getting sort of results. There's 1,001 courses out there and 1,001 people talking, and they're going to tell you that they know what they're talking about. Buy this, buy that to get to where they are. But most gurus, as they're called, or business influencers or anything else, basically the way they make their money is off telling you and selling you how to make money. That's how they make the predominance of what they get. You know, and that's not right. Most people are fake. It's not about the cars. It's not about the women. It's not about everything else that you see. It's about a proven track record and doing your research. And anybody who's worth their salt, any course, anybody who's providing any sort of content will have reviews. Now, most people, everyone's going to have their haters. You're going to have the good reviews. You're going to have the bad reviews. You're going to have everything else. You're always going to have the ups and downs, the light and the dark. So, but you can pretty much make your mind out of that. But rule 101 is the people must have a proven track record. Now, I only started doing this from scratch all over again because I made a very good living in building online content for others quietly in the background. I made several Instagram accounts and sold them on for 4 figures mainly, just let them build up to about 1,000, 2,000. Then people would say to me, how do I get to 5,000, 1,200? So they would basically come to me and say, this is what I want, this is the niche, and I'd build it up, get it to where it's got to be, give them a bit of momentum and sell it back to them. And I did this for quite a while, was building content for people, doing online courses for people and everything else, but taking no credit for it myself until someone said to me, why don't you start selling it yourself? So I thought I'd start the podcast. I'd start some online courses from scratch, and then this way it can be sort of a how-to in itself, that we go from episode 1, all the courses, and you can follow how I do it, when I do it, and in what way that I do it. So it's quite an easy sort of process to go through, and obviously I can answer any questions, but my courses obviously that I've built are going to be online very soon, but I wanted to do it like that and start it from scratch to show people that you don't necessarily have to have the massive following. It can be built organically, which is what I've done. I've got no advertising, I've paid for nothing like that, I've done no videos, no anything. I wanted to do everything organically and build up and not push something down people's throat. I wanted people to see that that's what it is. So to build that track record and build that trust, I found that was the best way to do it. So the next thing you have to have, really, which is the next biggest thing, is you've got to have an audience. And that's the massive thing. So if you've got like one follower on Instagram, or you've got one follower on your group on Facebook, or you've got one follower or 6 subscribers or 7 subscribers on YouTube or anything else like that, you're not going to you're not going to be able to sell anything to anybody. You're not going to, because you haven't got the following in order to do it. So the best way to do it is once you've got an audience of people that have listened to you, followed you, your core fans, your 1,000, 100, 10,000, these are the core fans. These are the ones, the ride or dies who will be with you till the end no matter what. They're your core group of people that you're trying to sell to, and obviously you're trying to help, and these are the people that will help you build your organic voice really to everything else. So until you've got, these are the people that will trust you. So there's, like I said before, there's 1,000 courses out there. There's a lot of people selling snake oil. There's a lot of people selling stuff that works, but you're more likely to buy it from somebody who you know, who you've seen videos, you've done it, than someone you're not. So building up that following, not ramming things down people's throat. And you've got to have an audience. That is a massive thing. You've got to have a following of some sort in order to get there. So another good thing to do is co-create. Sort of work with the audience, research. This is the biggest thing with any online content, anything you've got. Co-creating, not necessarily teaming up with other people. I mean, which is a good thing. You can team up with other people. I'm not saying don't, because you might be good at one thing and not good at another, and having a good team of it. That's not what I meant. What I meant is, once you've got your following, your audience, these are the people that listen to your message, the message that you're putting out there. So you might be talking like about business. You might be talking about online sales. You might be talking about cars. You might be talking about fitness. Now, these people follow you for a reason. You've got something to say, and they want to hear it. And obviously, if they're still your following, you're still talking episode after episode, advertisement after advertisement, and they want to hear that message. It's something that they want. So from that, you've got your audience. Now, you know from what you're speaking about, what you're delivering, what you're putting across, that they want to hear it. Now, obviously, there's a reason why they want to hear it, and you have to hone in on that thing. So when I've built online courses for other people, I've always said to them to multi-launch. Launch, relaunch, do it again and again and again. Now, you might see before you get to that final thing. So it's best I'd rather have a £200 course that I launch for, say, I break it up into bits to launch it into £10, £20, £30 or $50 courses to obviously get a reaction. Now, you're never going to get it right the first time. You're looking for feedback. You're looking for people to go, oh, if you did it like this, or why can't we have this? And then you can change it. And as it organically grows, you're going to really get it to where it's got to be. And it's your hardcore ride or die fans, the audience we spoke about before. They're the ones that are going to give you this feedback. They're the ones that are going to tell you everything you need to know. These are the guys who are going to give you that honesty. You know, even listen to the haters, because every hater's got something to say, and normally it's through jealousy. Normally it's through like they can't do it, and you can decipher through the barrage of shit that they're going to put to you. You can always take a positive and a plus out of everything. The next thing to do is to pitch the problem. So I've always said in the books that I've written, and the content that I've done, you're not selling a product. You're selling the answer to a problem. You're basically solving a problem. People don't buy products. They buy a solution. They buy solutions. They buy a solution to a problem that they got, right? So first of all, find out what they need. Now, we'll go back to what we said about co-creating, about your audience. If you are a fitness instructor and you're pushing out some sort of fitness course, everything else like that, they are coming to you because they want to get fit or they want to stay fit. I used to look at Instagram fitness posts to motivate me, to see a picture of something. I follow Ross Edgley. I've got a bit of an obsession with that fella at the moment because he's a very clever man. I bought his World's Fittest book. I've listened to some of his podcasts. Very, very good. He's the guy who swam the 2,000 kilometres round, or miles, I think it might have been, round the whole of the UK, which is massively impressive. The guy he's super jacked as well, and he's a clever dude. He's on the front cover of Men's Health magazine at the moment. He's big on sports science. Now, if you look at his hardcore niche of fans, his podcast, everything he does, people follow him because, one, he looks the part. obviously you can talk the talk and walk the walk, and you just look at the fella, you know he's into his fitness. He done the 2,000-mile swim round, so he knows what he's talking about. He obviously knows about nutrition. He obviously knows there's his niche market and everything else. So the people who follow him, they might be endurance athletes, they might want to be a bit more fitter, they might want to look more jacked, they might want to just be leaner, just be fit. They want that motivation. So obviously what this man's selling is authentic. You can back it up. So the need of his client base is to be fitter, to be stronger, and he's honed in on that, you know. And from that, you look at the why. What is it that they need? So look at the what's the need first. Why do they need it, and what it is, right? How you can deliver it. You know, you've got to focus on the routine as well. How you're gonna deliver that thing. So the routine could be: are you going to do it? Drip fed time over thing. You're going to provide a course that is you can only get to stage 2 once you've completed stage 1. Are you going to do it weekly, like where you'll have modules that release weekly? Are you going to do it as a one-off package that gets dropped? Is this the best thing? Now you'll get this from before, like I said, from the co-creating, which is the research into what people want and how you do it. Now I recommend drop a one-off course, a very small, you know, bullet point thing to get to where it is. Now, if people respond to that, and the reason I say you should do this is because if you've ever read something, a page, a course, or a promo, or an email, you tend to go, your mind tends to focus towards the larger paragraphs. Like it might say, lose weight now, or blah, 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 or be jacked now, or be 5 times stronger in 6 moves. And there's smaller content inside of that. And some people don't respond to the smaller content. They want to read what's in front of them. And if you read an email or anything like that, the bullet points, these larger sort of areas that have a like on a sales page, these larger sort of paragraphs, these bigger font, you should be able to make out exactly what the person's selling, how they're selling it, and what they're doing just by reading those bullet points. It's like you're selling to a child. It's got to be easy. It's got to jump out at them, and it's also got to make them want to dive into the smaller content, because the people won't read between the lines. Okay, so if the routine is you're giving them massive bullet points with smaller content there, try to stick to 10, 12, 14 different points to get to where you are. And you should easily be able to get it to that point. If you're going to use striking images, this is what I mean by routine. So it might be that a decent funnel you need, they'll have a smaller sales page that gets right to the point, then leads them into another thing, and it leads them into another thing. Does it have to be broken up for someone? You've got to remember, you're looking to be captivated by this particular product. If you're just seeing something, like if you look at most YouTube videos, someone goes, stop, don't turn off. If you give me 5 minutes of your time, I can tell you blah, blah, blah. Or they have... you've got to look around this point. These are the focus points. You need something like at least it's going to sort of strike in. Now, I saw a fitness post before of a guy. He said, "Watch this." He went on and he bench pressed something like 230 pounds or something like that. Whether it's real or not is another story. But it captivated me because I thought, can he do this? Another one was a strongman lifting a 90-pound kettlebell. And these are little things that sort of captivate me, made me want to watch. Now, you need a striking point. I'm not saying you want to get on there and start lifting kettlebells. You could be doing anything. It could be colours, it could be a picture, it could be something specific. Like I said to you before, it's not all about the house, the cars, the girls. These are striking points, like to make you, to get your attention towards it. So, again, going back... diving away from where I was, like this is about the routine. You've got to work out whether you need to do several of these or just one to get them in. How do they respond? Are they responding to a larger broken down course or a smaller one? So how are you going to break the product into bits? Do you need to break it into bits? How it's going to be drip-fed? These are the things that you've got to think about how it's going to be, if it's a course or if it's anything else. So the next thing is to outline your product. I mean, what are the steps to get that person? So I've said it in a couple of my books. This now, where you're sitting now and what you're doing is your current reality. And what you're dreaming of and your goals, where you want to be, is the reality that you want. That's your proposed reality. So you have your existing reality and you have your proposed reality. What's it going to take? What are the steps, right? How are you going to get them from their existing reality to their proposed? Yeah. What do you need to do and what do they need to do to get to that point? And how are you going to get them there? You have to dangle the carrot, because you've got to remember, most people aren't there because they need that help. They need the push to get there. You know, how do you break it down? That's it. How do you break it down for them to get them to that point? Remember, existing, proposed, A to B, or it might be A to C, and they have to investigate B in order to get to C. So how are you going to get them to that point? That is what the product's about. So, yeah, what are the steps that you've got to take and they've got to take to get there? So how do you break that down? Okay, because easier the better. It's got to be simplistic. Keep it simple. That's the whole point. Right, the next thing is, once you've got all of this in place, like we said before about focus, feedback. Feedback is the king. Okay, so we're talking about test products. Okay, and your test product, well, like we said before, to dive into that, is you might have a £200 course. Now, when I first started doing courses for people before, the recommended price that some of them did was $200 to $1,000. It could have been anything, depending on what it was. And I built a podcasting course for somebody, and they wanted to shoot straight in at 500. And what I said to them was, go in at a low level, test it out. Even if you just give one module away. So the idea was, I told him, give a module away for free. Show them what they're going to do, where they're going to get to, what sort of thing they're going to do, and if they want to pay to go to the next one. Then you can give a how to start podcasting. So it tells them virtually exactly how to podcast, right, at a lower level, but the things like audio boom and advertising, doing it on Twitch, doing live streaming, going onto YouTube, multi-platform sort of like podcasts or anything like that. They're the later models. And then obviously you can have an add-on module once you buy it. So you can have like a how to monetize your product. So you could go beginner, intermediate, advanced. Now you've got 3 products. So the beginner product could be free. The intermediate product could be $299, and the advanced product, which will incorporate all 3 and an intricate sort of weaving in and out of each one, plus a little few extras for, say, $800 to $1,000. Now, they've all done that. And some of them didn't listen to me and didn't want to put out the test product. And the reason you do the first one for free is you'll get a lot of feedback. You'll get a lot. But a lot of people want to see for free. They want to see something for free. Clever advertising is you could have 2 products exactly the same. One will be £10 plus £2 poster packaging. Or you could have £12 packaging's free. People are more likely to go for the 12, even though it seems like a little bit more, just because the free part, they feel like they're getting something for nothing. You've got to meet someone in the middle. You've got to dangle the carrot. You've got to give them something. It's incentive. That's what it's about. You're building trust. Why should I give you £1,000 of my money? Why should I give you 800? Why should I give you 20 quid of my money? Why? What's the point? What are you going to do for me? You want to see it, and you're not that hard up. You want to. It's like your 100,000 ride or die fans. The reason they're there is because you're not lying to them. They're not mugs. These people are not idiots. You don't have to treat them like fools, and you shouldn't. And if that's what you want to do, you're going to make a quick buck here and there from a few fools, but that's it, right? And then people are going to cotton onto it, and then you're done. Okay. If you've got genuinely something to say, something to do, something to give, something to teach, yeah, you don't need to do it for free, right? But you do need to entice trust. You do need to do that. That's really important. You could give away everything for nothing. Like, I'm more than happy over the next couple of weeks of what we're going to do is I'm going to give away all of the basics for free. Okay, my courses are nearly done now, and I'm going to do it. But most of the time, I want it to be super engaging. I want people to be 100% accountable. I don't want anyone to move on until they're ready to move on, until they feel like they're going to. And it's going to be 100% money back guarantee on everything. Because I'm that confident in what I want to deliver, and I don't want to con people. I want everyone to progress, and that's a good thing, you know. So test products at a low price or free, right, before you do the full. And you might want to do this test product 6 or 7 times to make sure you get it bang on the money. You've got to make sure you are delivering what people want. Because if you're delivering not what people want, it's not going to happen. nowhere in a million years it ain't. People are going to give bad feedback. No one's going to do it. They're going to think you conned them. And if someone asks for something to be changed, you can update that for free. You can up-rev it for free, and then it could be introduced in the next course as part of a paid thing. But remember, the people who are buying it, these are the people who are going to help you. So the next thing, obviously, feedback. We've touched on this already. You've got to find out what works. Feedback 101 is very, very simple. Find out what works. That's it. It's as simple as that. Keep it easy, right? Keep it simple. You're creating content. People want to buy that content, okay? If you're selling gold and it's gold plated and it's shit underneath, people are going to scratch the surface and they're going to find it. Don't lie, okay? If you produce something and someone goes, oh, it'd be better if you had this, add it. And they go, well, can you change it like this? I'll change it. Make it bespoke. Make it feel bespoke to them. Make them feel like what they're buying and what that content is, it's a piece of something individual, not just like it's for them. You and them, it's you face to face talking to them. Don't just sell a course that's got some video in it, some writing in there, and don't do video calls. Make sure that they can contact you, even if it's a recorded message and you film one and record it back. Always have the face to face. You've got to be contactable. That's it. This is the feedback. These are the people that are buying your stuff. Yeah, they're giving you all of the feedback you need. This is it. Critique is everything. You could get from the critique you get from these first courses could be what builds you up to really get you to exactly where you need to be. So feedback is key. Last on the list, right, is the launch and the release. Okay, when you get to that point. So you get to that point, you've done, you've got your feedback, you've got your audience, you've done what you need to do, you've done your research, you've built it up, you've put it into stages, you've got a foolproof 3-stage plan, like I told you, with your free or little price content, your middle content, and obviously your premium content. So you've got like obviously the 3 stages, and we'll go into that into more detail afterwards. This is just obviously a taste of the go, and in the video content we'll break this down massively. This is for the podcast. So your launch and release date. Now, when you get to that point where you feel you're at the launch, relaunch, release stage of things, it's all about. So if you could sit in your garden. Think of it like someone sitting in their garden with a table selling lemonade. Okay, the only people that are going to see that is people who just happen to come past and happen to see it. Without promotion, an advertisement, your content it's going to go nowhere. Okay, I know I said about organically and everything else, and when I say about organically, I want to organically build a following first. Obviously, and you only organically build a following when you've got something to say. That's it. Okay. And you build to that point to where it is. A lot of the stuff has got to be people will see it, they'll come across your videos, they'll come across your podcast, and they'll want to listen to what you're talking about. And that's the key. So, and that's like the self-promotion side. So when you get to launch day, you could be launching the free product, you could be launching the £10 or $10 products, or you could be launching obviously launching the 200 or the 1,000 products. It's all about the promotion. How are you going to promote this? How are you going to build this up? How are you going to big it up to such a point where this is my podcasting course, or this is my how to write an ebook course, this is my Instagram following course, this is how I built up so much the blah 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 from sort of thing. You've got to make it stand out. Now the key to this is a good sales funnel. A good sales funnel will always work, obviously, from Facebook, from YouTube, from Instagram. They're your big 3 for 2019. This is something that I'm going to go into as well. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. They're the 3 big platforms for everything because they've got the most amount of people on them. At any one time, and it's the best place. So, and most of the time you can get free advertisement from people who will get you a big following from Instagram for a very limited amount of price, same as YouTube. Facebook is like a word of mouth, so people will spread that love everywhere. And one of the most important things when you're releasing a product is a time limit. So if it's available all the time, which it can be, people will dip in, dip out. It has to feel special to that person and to those people. So if you say, right, we're doing a promotion, you'll find that the majority of the people will buy during the promotion, even though it's available all year round. People will obviously dip in and dip out, but if they feel like they're getting something special and they feel like they're being given a deal, and during the promotional times, that's not a lie, they are getting that deal, they're going to respond better to that. Obviously, they're going to totally respond to it, and so doing a good sales funnel and promoting it, obviously, and making it for a limited time makes a sense of sort of urgency to it. Also saves you from doing any sort of, that's why people do the whole last chance emails to you to make you feel like you're running out of time to get to where they are. Something we're gonna go on to is a good sales page. This doesn't have to cost a bomb. You can get free sales pages. All it is basically a landing page, and I'm going to build some templates for this in Google Docs that people can download for free. And there'll also be a couple of premium ones that I'll add to certain courses, but I'll add them to it in a way that you can build to it, and they will be bespoke to what people want. So a good sales page is, you can have minimal wording, make it stand out so people are aware of it, and so you don't have to wait until you've got a product to do the sales page. You could have an idea and start building that sales page now. Or you could just build a sales page and leave parts of it blank. So, and the beauty of this is having that sales page perfectly, you look at that and go, wow, this will sell anything. Like this page. There are loads and loads of templates to do that, and I'll add a couple to the website. But also, once you've finished your product, you won't have, there's nothing worse than having a product ready to launch and nowhere to launch it, no platform. You can't launch a plane without a runway. You can't launch a rocket without a platform. That's it. It's got to be ready. These are the intricate things you've got to understand. There's like a lot of people, me included, made the mistake when I very first started, was when I wanted to do podcasting or wanted to do any sort of videoing or anything like that, I thought that I needed the best of everything, the best camera, the best mic, whereas they've come over time now. Now I'm sort of building on it, and I gave other people advice, obviously, when I was helping them build their studios, because that's how I made my money before. I went in, help people build their own studios, build their own software, build up their Facebook profile, build up their Instagram, build up their YouTube, and just decided I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to sort of start this process and document it, like with the Mad Positivity brand. So creating and selling digital products. So just as a recap to get to where we are, you've got to have a proven track record. That's number one. You have to have a proven track record. No one's going to buy nothing from anybody who hasn't sold anything before. Okay, someone's going to come up to you and sell to you, right, I know how to do this and I know how to do that. Prove it. You're not just going to buy something from them. You're not going to go, oh, just because you can do this. Like, if someone was going to teach you how to run, would you rather learn from me, or if Usain Bolt said to you, I can teach you how to run? Obviously, you're going to go for Usain. So, proven track record. Don't try and sell it if you haven't got a proven track record with clients and you have got a proven way to get results. Second thing, as a recap, is you've got to have an audience already. Obviously, the audience is built up because you've got trust. You're obviously doing the right thing. You're saying the right thing. These people want to follow you and they want to listen to you. They want to be guided. A lot of people don't have a sense of guidance. They don't have a sense of like direction. They're listening to you. These are your audience. These are your ride or dies. These are the people, your hardcore fans, the ones who will buy your products because they believe in you. So have an audience. The next thing was to work with that audience. Find out what they want, when they want it, how they want it. Get your research. The next thing was pick your problem. What are you going to sell? Sort of pick your. You don't buy, like I said to you before. People don't buy products. They buy solutions. They buy a solution to a problem. That's what you're selling. You're not selling the product, you're selling the solution. Okay? You're finding out what they need, how they need it, when they need it, and in what format they need it, and how you're going to give it across. Okay? What is your product? Your outline product, or where you're going to go with it? What are you what are you selling? So the step-by-step guide for your existing to proposed. So you're getting them from point A to point B. Do we need to go point A to point C with point B in the middle? How are you going to deliver what you're going to deliver? You got to break it down and think about it. How do you break it down? Is it in 10 modules, 1 module, 2 modules? Is it 1 part test, 2 part, 3 part? We're going to break it down. Okay. The next thing is testing your product. Okay. Test your product at a lower price, or test it with friends, test it with family, test it with work colleagues, test it with other influencers. Put out little parts of it, break it down into bits, like we said in the previous, like step by step. Send out a module, see how people react to that module, and find out if they want more. And most importantly, obviously, which is the next stage, feedback. This is the key to everything. This is number one. Like, it's up there with proven track record and your audience before. Feedback's the key. Okay, you're not going to get everything right, and you're definitely not going to get it right the first time. We said this before. WTF. It doesn't stand for what the fuck. It stands for willing to fail. WTF. If you're not willing to fail, and you're not failing, you're not trying, and you're not learning. Okay, you're doing something wrong. That's it. You've got to get out there. You're not going to get it right. You're not. Okay, you're gonna put out something like, you listen to the first ones of my podcast. I didn't get it right. Sometimes I started 2 or 3 times over, but once that flow goes, you're ready to go. You're not going to get it right. Be prepared to fail. Enjoy the failures. Embrace the failure, and most importantly, document the failure. Document it, because then you can make it into an ebook or make it into a blog post, or for future. This is gold. I do this as well. Okay, the next thing is you launch, relaunch, release, do it again and again and again, piece by piece. Use that feedback, promote it, release it, break it down, promote it, release it, go for the feedback, promote it, release it, go again. You want to make it stand out. You've got to advertise. Find yourself a really good sales funnel. There's loads. Click funnels. There's loads and loads of different ones to do it. Okay, make it a promotion. Do it with a time limit. And like we said before, building a really good sales page. This is the key to creating and selling digital products. Okay, this is it. We're going to break this down one by one on all of this list with some videos and some podcasts now. But this is the key. Follow these rules. Start writing things down now, and then that's it. You'll have your digital products online in no time.